Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Journey to Become Wealthy. My name is Kelvin Reed, and you guys know what it is, right? Today is Sunday, another Wealthy Word of the Week day. So before we get into it, you guys like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I make videos. All right, so today is Sunday, right? It is Sunday, and this is number 17 Wealthy Word of the Week. Many of you probably already know what it is because I've been hinting at it, right? Last week's Wealthy Word of the Week was assets. So you know today's Wealthy Word of the Week had to be liabilities. Liabilities. Always have more assets than liabilities. Assets are the things that are valuable to you that you're bringing in, while liabilities are those things that are costing you money, that you're putting out. So assets versus liabilities. Always make sure you have more assets than you have liabilities. It is very important on the journey to become wealthy that you maintain that balance, right? If you have more liabilities than assets, you will forever be in the negative until you bring those liabilities down and increase the number of assets that you have. That way you continue to build that wealth, right? I mean, assets go from things like real estate properties to learn how to trade in this market. Your knowledge, I believe is a major asset, especially for someone like me who is out here trading and looking for many other opportunities in order for us to achieve our wealth. So that's why wealthy word of the week for this week. Liabilities. Last week was assets. This week is liabilities. Hopefully you guys are limiting your liabilities and allowing yourself to kind of beat those things down so that you in the end you have a lot more assets. We kill our debt, we kill our loans, all of that type of stuff, and continue to build assets. Your job cannot be your only asset if you plan to become wealthy. I know a job is a good way to get there, but one thing people always say, you will never get rich working your 9 to 5. And our goal is to get rich, right? So we know we got to definitely create those multiple streams of income by creating more assets and exterminating our liabilities. So let's check out our stock market for this week, right? Let's check it out. So stock futures fall on Sunday as Wall Street braces for a busy earnings week. So you guys know this is America. Of course, we don't trade on Sunday, but other countries may be trading because they're 12 hours ahead or behind us or whatever the case may be. So they've already begun trading, and this is something that we're already seeing. Stock futures fall on Sunday as Wall Street braces for a busy earnings. So you guys, what we will see in the U.S. is in the morning pre-market, we'll probably see the futures down, along with many other things. So U.S. stock futures fell on Sunday night amid a 4-week losing streak for the Dow Jones Industrial Average as investors weighed the likelihood of rising interest rates. I know I told you guys this a couple weeks ago. But as of right now, the Fed and the interest rate hikes are our worst enemy. They are the worst negative catalyst that we have going on currently. Wall Street is also bracing for a stacked week of earnings. So this is a week of earnings, including reports from major tech companies such as Amazon and Apple. So these two companies are big dogs, right? Negative or positive earnings from either of these companies will move the market. It will move the market. And I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So you'll see that the market will either go up or down depending on how they perform. Dow Jones Industrial Average futures lost 36 points, so we're not going to continue in the rest of that, right? The main important thing is the market's already down, and we have earnings coming up this week. So I have here earnings. Let's see what we got for earnings. So on Monday, we have Coca-Cola on the open. Any big dogs that we might think about? Nothing on Monday for the open or close. It's not that we think on possibly move like crazy. On Tuesday, UPS can possibly move. Waste Management, no. And after, we have Microsoft and Alphabet, right? Microsoft and Google. I believe this is the Google symbol, right? Alphabet. Let's see. Chipotle may also be one that can move, and we can definitely, how we do, right? You want to see how they perform, things that you may want to get in or get out. As far as the stock, you may want to get in case you expect it to go up, or you may want to get out in case you're in profit and you expect it to go down. Let's see, on Wednesday we have Facebook and PayPal both had big dips on their last earnings, so something to be aware of for Wednesday. So again, you guys take a screenshot of this if you want to. Just kind of keep in mind that, hey, these are the earnings for the week, and if you're in any of these, just be aware. Just be aware. You don't want to get caught holding the bag while these millionaires continue to make millions until we get to that point. One thing I did think we also need to keep in mind is that I found one of Biden's favorite economists sees a high chance of a recession in the next 2 years, right? So we know we've been talking about the recession and the fears of a recession and how they've been pumping that fear into the market, right? It's a negative catalyst. Markets have been coming down because people think a recession is coming. On top of the interest rate hikes, on top of high gas prices, on top of Russia-Ukraine invasion, it's just been one thing after another. But looking at this within the next 2 years, right? So people are thinking 2023, 2024. So this year, although we're seeing a lot of downward pressure, negative movement, we're not in a recession just yet, right? The stock markets are getting beat down, but we are not in a recession yet. So Biden's favorite economist is Mark Zandi. Moody's chief economist Mark Zandi, a well-respected economist who has often provided favorable analysis of the White House agenda, said during a webinar this week that he believes the odds of a recession within the next 2 years is somewhere around 35%. Now, I found this to be important because this comes from the White House, right? The White House. This guy's Mark Zandi. He's the White House economist. He knows some stuff that we don't know. We are retail investors. He's one of the big dogs out here making money for the U.S. and kind of keeping them informed on how the U.S. is performing. His words are, the risk of the economy entering into a recession at some point over the next 12, 18, 24 months is very high. Uncomfortably high, and I'd say rising, as Andy said. In my opinion, you guys, this is a sign for us now to start loading up on your cash, start saving money. You never know, you may want to take advantages of these lower prices when a recession hits. I mean, even now prices are very low and very nice, so you may want to take advantage of those, but hopefully you've been stacking up your cash already. One thing I found also to be intriguing in this article, that's in line with the recent Goldman Sachs forecast. So Goldman Sachs be hitting on the money sometimes. Big banks, again, another thing, people or company of people who know things that we do not know. A Goldman Sachs forecast that suggests the policy tightening trajectory the U.S. Central Bank is about to embark on raises the odds of a recession to 15% in the next 12 months and 35% within the next 24 months. The Goldman analyst noted that 11 of the 14 tightening cycles since World War II have been followed by a recession within 2 years. So history, right? History always repeats itself and it comes back. I know the government should be learning from these things. However, who could have predicted that this would have been a year of a highest inflation in a decade? Well, in 40 years, I believe it said. So we were at 7.5% initially. We were at 8.5% the last time I heard. So nobody could have predicted this, right? The highest inflation in 40 years, I believe it was. You guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So these are just things that we got to keep in mind going forward the rest of this year, really, the recession. But for this week especially with earnings, especially with the Feds just having their talks in May. It's already pretty much been talked about that there's going to be a 50 basis point hike, whereas we had a 25 basis point hike in April. So all of these negative catalysts constantly pushing down the market. The market may continue coming lower and pricing these things in advance so that it doesn't hurt as much at the day of, but as of right now, we're feeling the pain. So yeah, really the only thing I can recommend is we continue to learn how to trade the markets on the way up or down. And I also have a special video that I'll be dropping for you guys in the morning. I'll probably be dropping in the morning, and it's on charting patterns so that you guys can know how to recognize those patterns and be able to make money by looking at the charts and realizing whether you think they'll go up or down, so you can kind of read these things in advance. But I thank you guys for joining the journey to become wealthy. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys later.